I can see why. You got it? Very fun. We're in. We did it. Good morning. I'm Jana Medina. If I have not met you before, I'm really excited to be here. Since so many new faces are here today, and I don't know where you guys, what you've seen so far, we'll do a little recap of what we've been through, and then we'll get to work today. So we've got some fun things coming up for you. So I just thought this, I saw this on Instagram a couple of days ago, and I really love this, that we all start at zero. And so many of you guys have been messaging me and texting me, DMing on Instagram. It's so awesome. And everyone's like, I don't have enough followers. I don't have this, I don't have that. And I just want to remind you guys that every single one of you has started at zero clients. You started at zero something, and every single one of you has been bad at something in the beginning. I don't know if you guys do yoga, but that was a humbling experience, right? The first time, I'm like, what is happening to me? But now I love going, but the first 20 times it was really bad. So I just want to encourage you guys to really keep going. And I know it's hard, but keep doing it. This is my friend Deborah, and I really love this. I have used this in a number of presentations, but it says that there is no one else in the world who is more qualified to be you than you. The question is, who are you and why are you here? When you can answer those two questions, you can live your life in alignment with those answers. You will always have enough. You will always be sourced and sustained by your gifts to the world. It's like a pretty profound statement to say, show up as yourself and everything will come to you. That's all you have to do. And that's why social is so powerful. So we'll go through the recap. And if you guys have questions, feel free to stop me. So remember that brands are intangible reputational assets. They are a promise. So as we are developing our brands, we are creating a promise to the people we are going to serve. How are we going to serve them? What are we going to say to them? And how is that going to look and feel to them? We're promising to do something just by the very nature of our brands. And we have to remember that in every single thing that we do, we are our brand. Every single thing. There's nothing that we're doing in our lives as we're moving about the world that is not, it should not be in alignment with who we are, because our brand is who we are. If you feel like you have to put on an act to be your brand, that is not a brand. That is an act. You are your brand just as you are. So you get to own those things, right? Yes, Mary.
I like acting.
Well, you can act. Say that way all the time, right?
You have to remember what was your act.
Yes,
the last time. Right?
Yes, that's exactly right. So remember, we talked about how we define our brand, and I'll give this a copy of this to you guys. If we do it, how are we going to show up? What are we going to talk about? Who are we going to speak to? What are we trying to achieve by speaking that to them? And then what are we most knowledgeable about that we can speak to? What tone of voice would we like to use? I think this is really important. People oftentimes try to show up as a very authoritative figure that no one relates to, right? So think about school and think about the teachers that you had that you were like, oh my gosh, like I can remember my high school math teacher. I had him 3 different times. I did not take the same class 3 different times, just to be clear. He, in fact, moved along with the classes, but he was so awesome to talk to. He was so going. And for me, that felt right. I aligned with that. So remember, when you're talking, to use a tone that's speaking to your people. And then how will you best communicate? Talk about that again really quick. Who are you and what's your position in the industry? So like I said before, you are the expert. Even if you're brand new, you are an expert at something. So you have to show up that way. Okay, so we also talked about this, your social bio checklist. So we've got to make sure that our social bio says something that is meaningful and important, because if it doesn't, people will scroll on by. So on your social bio checklist, remember that your handle should try to be your name so that you're searchable. And then in the first line, you could put what you do as opposed to your name. So if your handle is cat lover, because you guys know I'm about cats. So if your handle is cat lover, well, that's weird, especially if your first line says realtor. well, that's cool, that, whatever. But if your first line is Parmita, and your second line is realtor with an attitude, I just made that up right, then that would be like your next thing, and then you put your company information, etc. You always want to put who you serve and what you do, and if there's some sort of social proof you have, like top 1%, or whatever, wine country expert, or whatever that is, or somewhere you've been featured, that's always a good thing to put in there. And then if you, we can talk more about Linktree, but this is where people can link to, if you have a website, you can link to your properties, you can link to other things you're doing. All of this can go there, but people want to know who you are, and you only have this quick little blurb to do it. So we make sure that's on point, and we can do that together. So perhaps the most important thing we talked about on day one is that you need to identify who you're speaking to. So if we do not, and I want to talk to, let's say right now, I'm talking to airline mechanics. Well, this would be the dumbest presentation for airline mechanics ever. Everything that I say would be irrelevant to these airline mechanics, but if I were to conversely speak to you and say, let me tell you about this new shock system that you can put in a propeller, totally irrelevant to you. We have to keep our content relevant, our tone relevant, and what we're saying relevant to whom we are speaking. So it's really important that you take the time. We talked about this acronym ICA, Ideal Customer Avatar. We want to know who we're talking to, and we want to take the time to make that clear to ourselves. So if we can paint that picture, and I'm speaking to my ideal customer would be like, let's just say my ideal customer is Keely. So I know everything about Keely. I know where she likes to shop. I know what she's interested in. I know what's important to her. I know where she hangs out. I know the things that light her up. I know the things that make her sad. And I'm going to always be speaking to Keely. That doesn't mean I'm not speaking to all of you, but in my mind, I'm speaking to Keely because she's my ideal customer. You guys will be in the same boat. If your ideal customer is people who are right-sizing their homes and selling their homes to go into smaller houses, or people who are using reverse mortgages, or people who are buying mobile homes, or people who are really into a luxury brand and lifestyle, speak to them. That's who you speak to. And I wanted to add one more thing, because 2 people messaged me about this. I said to try to steer a little bit clear of your political stuff. Unless it's like a core fundamental of who you are. 2 people said, can I speak about my faith? And I say amen to that. If you guys want to talk about your faith, and that's an important part of your life, your business, it's what you're about, absolutely speak to your faith. I wouldn't go too overboard about criticizing other people about their faith or making them wrong in their faith, but you can absolutely speak to your faith. And people use a lot of hashtags around that, like God is good, or thanks God, or I owe it all to the man upstairs. I see them all the time, like all these faith ones. But anyway, so know who you're speaking to so you can speak to them. And these, remember, are the ways that we connect. We inspire, we entertain, we educate, or we engage. These are what we do. I'll put these in the Facebook group for you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. So we also talked about action being the antidote to anxiety. So we take action, and then we don't have to be scared about this anymore. We go to the yoga class more than one time, and then it feels fine to go to yoga. We make the dinner more than one time, and now we have the dinner that we know how to make. We just keep doing it, and we go through the part where it's awful. It's awful. It's awkward, and it's awful. So ways to connect. So we have video, reels, carousels, articles and blogs, podcasts and speaking, and CRMs and newsletters. I'll send these to you too. This is 6 ways to connect, and these are not going to hit every single person. If you're married and you're focusing on later in life people, they're probably not crushing it with reels right now. They don't care. But you know what they would? If you sent them a handwritten note, you better believe they're going to see this and they're going to really appreciate that. If you're me and you're focusing on realtors and financial advisors and divorce attorneys, how are they going to see me? They'll see me here socially, but you better believe I'm sending them videos. I'm sending them videos so they can start to get to know me. I might create some content after I interview them about something, what's important in a carousel or a static post. I will oftentimes send them an article or something I read that was interesting that would be helpful based on conversations or questions that impact them. Here in podcasts, I will invite people onto my podcast, or get invited onto theirs to create that kind of relationship. But here, number 6 is where this is where the gold is, right? After you do all of this, or part of this, you need a CRM, yes? How many of you guys are using CRM? Okay, like a third?
Slightly, like just beginning, and it's definitely gives me anxiety and it's scary.
The CRM feels that way? What part of it?
It's with the company here, and I would
With
say,
Moxie?
yeah, just being able to like feed it something, right? So continuing to, I mean, I can make the calls. There's 4 or 5 people that come up, they answer, they don't answer, they send a message, and then an email. But from that point on, it's like, well, what do I do now? But I'm also within a year of a real estate agent, so I don't have much experience.
That's okay. A lot of people who are new, and even a lot of people that are seasoned in the business who've taken maybe a break, or they've never really created a CRM, or they're more like, my CRM was in an Excel spreadsheet for like 20 years. That's embarrassing, but that's real. Now it's not. But when you think about what you're going to say or who you're going to say it, you know more than 5 people, and people often are like, what do I do next? What do I do?
Right.
You have to start thinking about, even if I don't have a lead in that moment, how am I going to get 1 leads, 2 partners, right? Partners to work alongside. And 3, who am I going to partner with to send me referrals, right? And if you open your mind to this idea that people argue with me, and it's not, I'm not wrong. I'm wrong about some things. I'm not wrong about this. Everyone's a referral partner to you. Every single person that you come in contact with is a referral partner to you. So you meet your hairdresser, referral partner. Oh, I'm going to go get new clothes at this boutique, referral partner, whatever. Add them into your CRM, get their card everywhere you go. Stay in front of them. And don't be shy about that. You don't have to spam them, right? But do you think that Macy's is like, God, I wonder if Jana cares about our spring sale right now. Does it seem redundant to send this 800 times to her? They don't care. They are there to make a sale. You are there to serve and make a sale. Yes, Mary.
So I just wanted to mention something. So I've been doing this about 20 years, not that I'm not old. I just have been doing it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to mention that when I was in that place,
Yes.
when I was brand new, it was so awkward for me to send out my notes about being an agent, you know, do you really want, do you care?
Yeah.
Right? And I was doing it because I always do what I'm told. And then I got this positive response from somebody.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, okay. And so I just wanted to mention that positive response really spurred me on.
That's
and it was like
right.
it meant something to me.
That's
that
right.
It wasn't too crazy to do it.
Yes.
So anyway.
I think that's
Thank you.
amazing. And I think that that's something to really focus on, even with your social media or your CRM, whatever you're doing. Let's just say, we're going to call this a numbers game. Let's just say we sent out 500 messages, 500 touches, and you got 3 messages from people that were like, oh my gosh, what's your name?
Bernadette.
Bernadette, that was so amazing. Thank you so much. And then the next one was, Bernadette, you look beautiful in that video. You're so courageous for doing that. And then the next one was, hey, Bernadette, I'm thinking about maybe selling my mom's house, but I don't even know where to begin. 3 out of 500 might seem like I'm a loser, but it is not a loser. That is 3 out of 500 that you would not have gotten with your touch. And look at what you're like, oh, okay. Okay, now, and those 3 become 6, become 9. Alicia, it just happened to her this week, right? We were talking about your Instagram, and I came in and she was like, oh, I used to not be able to cross over 350. What did you get up to?
2,200.
I mean, like, what? That's a 2,200 people you would not have touched otherwise. That's a lot of touches. So remember, we have all these ways. You don't have to pick all, but you can pick some and you can do it. So remember, also, we discussed that your network is your net worth. So we need to make sure that we're always nurturing them, right? So that's our CRM. That's our follow-up. That's not leaving people in the lurch. And then remember, we have 3.5 seconds, so get to it quickly. Okay. And then remember, we're on a customer journey. I'll give all these to you guys, and I have some stuff on the printer for you. And remember, I printed this for you guys. Remember that this journey is not about you, it is about them. What do they want, right? They have a problem. They need someone to guide them. We're gonna give them a plan. We're gonna call them to do something, and they either do it and get success, or they don't and they fail. One of those 2 things happen, and we have to show them that. We have to play this story out to them. If you sell now, you're at a peak market time. However, if you wait and interest rates go down, or if you decide not to sell now, you might be faced with this new tax law coming, or you can add to your success or your failure. But remember, we are taking them on a journey in everything that we do. So now it's time we're going to implement. I don't know why I think these are so cute, but I just do. Okay, so it's not the idea, it's the implementation that counts. So you guys are gonna hear me talk about this a lot, because otherwise I'm gonna be mad at you. Here's a quick story, like this is the same thing I showed you in a worksheet. This is a quick one so you can reference. Burn this into your mind. That way you know what to say. So if you feel like you don't know what to say, who am I speaking to? What is their problem? And what do I need to tell them? What am I gonna show them? And then here's the plan, right? Here it is. And then we're gonna tell them to do something. We're gonna show them what can be done. It's very helpful in knowing that. So here's how it works. Character steps into the story, that's your customer. So our customer is, let's just make this person up. They're 40 and they're getting ready to get married. How exciting. And they have a problem. I don't even know if I can qualify for a house, and I don't really know where to buy, and I'm not sure what neighborhood, because we're about to get married and we don't know anything yet. Okay, great. Any of you guys can be the guides. Well, let me tell you, first you need to get a pre-approval, and that's how this process works. Then we'll start looking at neighborhoods and we'll start understanding what's what with schools. We're gonna go through this together. And then here's the plan. Great, you have your pre-approval, you qualify for this. These are the neighborhoods that you can buy in. Wonderful, decide what you're gonna do. And then here we go, call them to action right here. You either buy or you don't right now. You need to save money or you don't. We just create that and call them to do the thing. Okay, so I want to show you guys, so you guys know this. I'll give this to you guys in the Facebook group, but this is important to know. So reels are for increasing your brand awareness. So who has made a reel?
I have not.
No reels yet? Have made a reel before? Reel, great. Okay, good. So we have a handful of people. Carousels are for nurturing your people. So I already have you, and now I'm going to teach you guys some things. I could make a reel out of things that we do with social media. I can make a reel about the loan process. I can make a reel about new tax laws that are coming into play. I can make a reel about Prop 19 and how it impacts you, because I'm speaking to you. I'm not speaking to everyone. So I can make carousels here that are really informative that make you want to save them. The thing about
What does a carousel actually look like?
It looks like the thing where I'll show you at the end, because I don't want to go off the screen,
Okay.
but because it's a pain to get back on it. It's so dumb. It's, when you're on Instagram and you get to a thing, it says 5 shocking truths about being a realtor. And then you go to the next screen. 1, you really have to wear uncomfortable shoes all the time. 2, right, it's important to wear not holy socks. 3, you know what I mean? You
Okay.
swipe through. Those are called carousels, but they're not dumb like that. But I mean, some of them are. But does that make sense?
I didn't think those were done.
Okay, good. Your realtors really holy socks, or like the other day I was at this broker open and this realtor took his shoes off and he had no socks, and it was like they were like sweaty and it was making these sweat marks on the floor, and then I had to go. It's not good. And then posts, it's so gross. Posts are photos and easy information to digest. So I might post a photo of something I'm doing, and it might have a quick caption or a longer one, but it's something that people can kind of see what I'm doing. And then stories, these are ones you should do every day. These are nurturing your people. This is talking to your friends. These are my people, and I'm at BHG, and in a minute I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then I'm gonna go get my nails done. I don't know, whatever. Those are the things we're talking to our closest people about. And we also use it as a platform for selling something. This is where you would put maybe a listing that you have, right? Maybe a buyer you might be looking for. Maybe it's a class you're gonna do. Maybe it's something you wanna call people in to do with you. That goes here in stories. And then lives. If you guys do this, I swear I'm gonna my heart's gonna explode. Lives are where you go on Instagram or Facebook Live and you talk about something, and it is so awesome, and it is such a great way to get into relationship with someone, because everyone knows how scary they are and everyone knows how uncomfortable they are. So you get a lot of grace, you get a lot of everything with it, and you can just talk about something that's important to you, right? It could be anything. So this is kind of a good breakdown of the types of social that you want to do. So I created for all of you, and I'm gonna email it to you, a content calendar, but only if you're gonna use it. But because if you're not gonna use it, then it's pointless. But basically, it's an Excel sheet, and I just kind of copied this, but basically here it goes. We have our content pillars, which we talked about. What's important to us? What are we gonna talk to? How often are we gonna go? And then what hashtags are we gonna use? We can put them here, right? That way you can copy and paste, copy and paste. So if you're gonna use hashtags, hashtag Sonoma County Realtor, hashtag women in real estate, hashtag growing your wealth, whatever you wanna do, you can just copy them here and keep putting them there. It could be your team name, could be your hashtag. One of ours is We Love First Responders. We get a lot of searches based on that. So that's things that who people you serve can go there. So you fill this in, what works for you. And then here's the pillar. So maybe this particular one I was working on for someone else, but they want to post about recipes. Cool. They want to have some motivation. They want to have some tips. Here's hashtags that go with those, right? You can do the same. Here again, here's the days of the week. What are you going to post? And then what are you going to touch when you're doing that? So we don't post random stuff, right? I mean, you can, I guess, but it doesn't go. So here's a little guideline for you about, I don't know how to make that move. So here's a little guideline for going live, etc. So go live with a call to action 3 times per week. That's a goal, right? That is not a right now. Let's go live 1 time this month. Maybe twice this month. And you guys have so many things. We're in November right now. You have holidays you can go live with so easily. Here would be an example. You're at Costco. You're at Costco and you are shopping and it is so insanely busy. And you're going to make a live at Costco and you're going to say, I'm so grateful for this life I get to have as a real estate agent because I can come on Tuesday afternoons. I wonder why I didn't do that. Or something could be quick, could be long. And you could also say, if you're trying to talk to people about real estate, right? That's what you do. You could also say something like, today I was out showing houses. I got so busy. I had to do X, Y, Z. Now I'm stuck here at Costco, but here's what I know. I know that real estate can't wait. I know that my clients' needs are so important and mine have to come secondary sometimes. I know that this can wait and this will be okay at Costco, but at the end of the day, my service to my people is what really matters most, right? You can make a live about anything, but once you guys get going, you can make a lives about things that are really important to you, educating people and connecting with them. You want to try to use trending audio when you can. We talked about BeReal. Do you guys remember what that was? Where you just have a video of what you're doing. So like right now, I would be like this in the BeReal. And then in the background would be music. And then there would be a caption. And the caption might say something like, doing my favorite thing, educating people on growing their business. Mic drop, done. I don't need to do anything else. I just created a piece of content. And it just took me 15 seconds of somebody recording me doing whatever I'm doing. Yes? If you pick with 5,000 uses, people will look up the song. Have you guys heard on like the reel that goes, all the pretty girls walk like this? Have you guys heard that? It's like, I said it that one because it's so annoying. If you look up that song, there's 20 million people who've used it. Now you're lost in it when it first starts trending. But if you pick it when it's early and it's something like, I don't know, Jingle Bell Rock, then people aren't using it yet. Then now you get picked up towards the front and people start viewing your content, which puts it in front of more people. That's the idea with that. Pick 10 keywords that relate to your niche and use them. So if you're talking about real estate, I would suggest using the word real estate. I would suggest using the word realtor. I would suggest using the word service. I would suggest using words like home instead of house. Be really intentional with the language that you're using, because people who are looking at real estate for homes, for architecture, for design, for interior something, for backyards, like these words, they're looking for that. Let it come up for them by using these keywords in what you're posting.
Can I say something?
Yes.
All right. So when you are posting something, you can actually see what's currently trending.
Yeah.
Like the hot, and then tag that if it's pertinent to you, and then
Yeah.
it'll pop up and it'll go viral.
Hopefully, yeah. Like 0% go viral, but sometimes it happens. It's good though when it does happen. So you can look this up for sure. And I'll show you guys how to do it. only post on your feed about 1 or 2 main topics. So again, we don't post about real estate and CAP and schools and this and this and this. We post about real estate and then service or something that you're gonna make that when people go through your posts, they see what you're doing. It's not like a mystery, like, oh, wait, she's at the SPCA. Oh, wait, she's a doctor. Wait, what? She's, you know, want people to be clear with what you do. And then engage 15 times per day with your ideal clients. That sounds so crazy, but it takes 10 minutes. People who your ideal people, so let's say mine are realtors, how long would it take me to respond to what you guys have going? You posted a new house. Oh my gosh, congrats, it looks beautiful, well done. You post about something, I'm at the beach with Tippy. Oh my gosh, hey, this is so cute. Like, I can't wait to see that. You post about reverse mortgages. Oh my gosh, I just had, you don't say, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm saying that, but I just closed a reverse mortgage the other day, and here's something I learned. Whatever that is, it takes no time to do it, but now it's putting you in front of your ideal people. For you, that's again, understanding who you're speaking to. Does that make sense? Cool. Let's see. Is that my last one? Great. Okay, so 2 things. We are gonna make some content today, which is gonna be really great. And I have a little drawing for you because I do. So here in this little cup are your guys' names. And so I'm gonna be giving away a ring light with a phone holder to get you guys fired up. I'm gonna give away a smaller one that I use on my desk all the time. And you can also use it as a selfie stick, but it's not selfie stick, it bends weird. You can hang it from stuff. It's my favorite thing ever. Sometimes I hook it on the door because remember I was telling you guys I like to not have a double chin, but not look like I'm in a movie. So I like to keep it kind of here. You can hang it from there. You can set it in weird places. You can make it so you walk in and your phone is kind of facing upward towards you. So that, I'm gonna give you guys a some sound that makes your sound better, especially if you guys are somewhere. And then I have another one, another tripod that doesn't have a light, but it's really good for when you're in front of great windows like this kind of window light, if that was open, this makes you look beautiful. Like you look stellar in this kind of light coming in. If you are ever filming a video, don't ever have a window behind you, have it going towards you, and you can always blur out your background, but you'll see like that, and you can adjust it. It's people are like, oh, you look so young. Okay, all right. That's what I'm going for. I like fake Botox. Okay, so this is for the people who are here. The people who are on are gonna be like, oh, you're so rude. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna give away is the sound. Let's see who gets it. Da-da-da-da-da. Who gets sound? Oh, I should have known. Is this Amy? All right, Amy gets sound.
Yay,
She
congratulations.
put some sound. All right, next is going to be the tripod. Yvonne Berg. Yes.
Yay, congratulations.
Okay, remember what I just told you you're getting. I feel like this cup is too small for my hand. Dun, dun. Oh, this one is going to be for the what did I just say?
Sound
Tripod. We have a ring light, we have something else. Oh, my favorite bendy ring light. Sharon Kaiser. Is that you? All right.
Is it bending light? What's it called?
I'll show it to you. Okay, it's like a bending
I wanna
tripod.
see
Yeah, I really like it. I like to see the toys. And then the last one is the ring light, and it's going to Lisa Borga. So what I would really like to do, and I really want you guys to participate in this, I really want you guys to come out here and create some content. So I want you to create some sort of video, and I want you to not say your name in the video. I just want you to say something. So it could be something like this, like pretend I have my name. Hi, it's Jana. I'm at the best office meeting I've ever been at, and thanks to my awesome Keely, you know, whatever, this is what community is about to me, whatever it is, 10 seconds, something that you're doing. And then I want you guys to post it, throw it up there on the internet of some sort, wherever that is. It could be something more meaningful if you're already a realtor, if you're already doing something, but if you are not, and you are just getting started, getting your feet wet, let's make one. And we can go out here, we could go in here, everyone has a spot to be, and then we will create some hashtags around that to add in. And I will help you get your first video on there. Does everyone feel like they could do it?
And it's for reels, because I know reels are shorter.
You can do a reel,
Or
you can do,
story.
you can do a reel, or you can do a story, which that goes away in 24 hours. So if you're not feeling like super courageous at the moment, you could make a quick story. Like yours was funny the other day, Alicia. She's like, I get to an open house, there's no power, no water, and I gotta pee. Like, along with her, she would say that. You might not say that, right? That might not be something that you would say. You might talk about something completely different, and that's okay too. But that way you're kind of getting to who you're supposed to be talking to, right? Her clients are different than yours, right? That's the best. I'm excited to see what you guys post, but let's use the hashtag. Let me think of a good hashtag. What is your guys' it's just like kind of long, right? BHG_RE or something like that.
Our Instagram's BHGRE1 country, really. That's our Instagram, but I don't know what our hashtag is.
All right, we'll make a hashtag. We're gonna make a hashtag. So in the middle of this, or in the meantime, while we come up with a good hashtag, I want everybody to come up with something and think about in your mind right now, who are you speaking to? Who, like, everyone, I do this all the time. If I'm gonna make a video, especially if I'm nervous, which is often, I think about who I want to be speaking to. And sometimes it's like my niece, or maybe it's my best friend, or maybe it's my favorite client. And I'm like, what do I want to hear about right now? And then I just imagine that I'm speaking to them. And that really helps me dig into that space, right? To get less uncomfortable. And if anyone ever says anything crappy about one of your videos, they're not doing videos, just so you know. They're not doing them. They're not doing anything. And you can delete that immediately, and it's not personal to you, it's personal to them. So think about like who would ever say one thing. Would you ever be like, oh, Jana, gosh, your video sucked. I hate your sweater, it's really ugly. Like, right? Like I have people say weird stuff to me and I'm like, you are a loser. Like, what? Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you offline when we're not recording. I'll tell you offline some of the stuff. And then you're like, what are you talking about? It's really weird. But most of the time, not. Most of the time, people say the nicest things, and they're so. I posted yesterday. I posted this photo. So you guys, I'm playing around a lot with my my own content right now because I'm really focusing on. Oh, I can save this for you guys. For you ladies, hold on. I'm focusing on trying to capture a more meaningful audience, less followers, more meaningful connections. Did you guys see this?
I like that.
This is hilarious. On Tuesday. So anyway, that was happening. Okay, so I would post something like this where somebody else might not because they don't get their hair done or they don't care to be funny like that.
They don't have a sense of humor.
It's true story. But you're surprised. I mean, people are, people are people. So I posted, let me get my thing and I'll share it with you really quick. And I'll show you really quick kind of like what I'm playing with. And you guys can do the same because like I said, I'm trying to work on a different audience right now. I'm really like trying to get to an audience that is very curated because I'm working on a project. So, okay, can you guys see mine now? Okay, so I posted this photo yesterday. This is when I was 2, so this is like 1981 or so. And I posted about cheering people on. So I found a photo going through some stuff and my mom said, oh, you used to always like celebrate everyone. Like she'd come out of the bathroom and like, yeah! She made it. So I'm like, I'm kind of like way in my real life. So I wrote a post about cheering people on. Great. And then I go into it here and I said, I'm always asking like, how can I serve? And if you're here and you want to be there, let's see how we can get you, how we can help. Regardless if you're saving your first $1,000. So I just talked to a first-time home buyer, or you're trying to figure out where your money is going and how to do better. That's talking to most of Marin, right? Making lots of money. They have none. They have a lot of debt. Or how to get in a better relationship with money. Now I'm talking about how I help with that. Drop me a DM or a fist bump and we'll set up a discovery call. So I posted this yesterday, 16 hours ago. I got 9 direct messages And then this is just on Facebook. I got 9 comments here and I don't know how many likes or whatever I got. I tried another piece of content. So this is when I was in Italy and I talked about doing the damn thing. Like I wanted to go to Italy. My husband didn't want to go to Italy. I'm like, screw it, I'm going to Italy. So I went to Italy and this is on the Ponte Vecchio. I had a photo shoot because I was working with my business coach that day. And here I'm talking about things that you should be doing. So I'm stepping into who am I speaking to, right? I'm talking about interest rates. That is to you guys. There's realtors and not enough business. These are excuses that people are using. I'm giving counteractive things to show leadership. I'm going strategically through one by one. And then I'm telling people here at the end how you can work with me. So I'm trying different ways of creating content. This is a property. This is something I'm involved with. I'm on the board of this foundation. I'm posting to all these different things because I'm looking to see what resonates and I'm okay to try it out. So I'm going to post a picture as a child and then like a little bit edgier of a picture with no like, you know, off the shoulder kind of thing, a more intimate picture. I'm seeing what resonates and I'm practicing, trying to get my voice to the right people. And then I'm seeing who's responding to that and what they're responding with to know if I want to post that anymore. Right. So you can keep going kind of through it. I got like this one was like I had a lot on this one, but I also post to Instagram this way and then I'll post to TikTok too. But these are the ways that I start to cultivate that engagement. And then again, when you go to my social, like right now, I'm working on a money coaching project to get more buyers in line with being ready to buy during that time. I'm telling people why I'm doing that. So you know exactly what I'm doing. I have my photo here. A lot of you guys I see, your photo is not a photo of you. It's like a photo of your dog or a photo of your friend or your kids or like very unique photos. Put a photo of you. I just had somebody post to me, I think it was yesterday, and they're like, oh, are you Jana Manning? And I was like, oh, I'm Jana Manina. And she's like, oh my gosh, she followed you. And then we were talking about that. So you'll start to see that come quickly. And then see my intro. This is where I'm telling people, leading mortgage loan originator and financial coach, follow for money and wealth building. That's what I talk about on my page. My Instagram is the same. So people are not unclear. You want to be that concise. You need a quick, this is what I do, and great pictures and things to try out your audience. Cool. Okay, so let's get to some creating. Parmita did a, yeah.
And wouldn't you want it to be a relevant picture? Because some realtor cards you get and.
I mean, I wasn't gonna be the one to say that.
I'll say it. I'll say it.
Like, put a picture of yourself so people recognize you. That's the point. Like, don't put a picture. Like, I'm not gonna put that little kid picture of myself here. I mean, cute as it is, and my outfit was stunning. I'm not putting that little picture here. I want people to recognize me. I want people to say like, oh, I know, I see her stuff, right? I want to look like myself. I also choose when I'm wearing a leather jacket here and a t-shirt. That's really who I am. Like, I don't always wear a leather jacket, but I'm more of a casual person. I have plenty of suits. I wore them for years when I worked at the banks. I don't wear that anymore, right? So dress like you dress. I also, if you look at this other picture up here, I have a microphone because I have a podcast. Girls can do anything. I'm a big supporter of women. I do a lot of work with women, I support single moms, their kids. I support women, youth, and mentorship. I do financial coaching for young girls transitioning to college. And I am a really big believer in women that are on the rise. So I want to be and serve as a mentor. Everything I do is about that, right? So I'm saying as a pillar, right? Girls can do anything. I'm wearing a jean jacket so I don't look stuffy. And I have a microphone because of my podcast. I love this like rising idea. That's why I have like, looks like a sun. I like the idea of rising, of coming up, right? I'm coming up and I'm bringing people with me. I will change this out depending on what I'm working on. I use yellow, black, and white as my brand colors for my personal brand. And I'm really deliberate about that when I create my content. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to create some content and then I also want you guys to,
Rebecca has her hand up.
oh yeah, what's up?
Hey guys, I just want to give a shout out to Alicia for taking all of the information that you gave last week and like running it. She's been posting and putting herself in front of the camera and I'm just so inspired.
It's joyful, is it not? Like it is, I mean, really, so good. I'm so
Thank you.
proud of you. Like the shyest person, and then she's the one out there like, whoa.
I'm trying.
Oh, it's like, it's a gift, it's a gift, I love it. So let's make some content, let's spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Thinking of what we want to say, and if you're having a hard time, just ask me and I'll come up with something. I'm pretty good at ideas on the fly. And we'll make some quick videos and then we'll post them, and in the meantime, we'll come up with a good hashtag that we can use for you guys. Good?
I'm also really impressed with the, up at the top, upgraded Jana, how you have it white. So you really get upgrade in your name. And it really impacts.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. So so back to the idea of rising. My whole thing is hand back, come on up. My whole thing is come up here, upgrade, you can do this. It doesn't matter where you begin,
Yeah.
you can have this. Everything is available to everyone, right? So I'm always talking about that. So I try in my messaging to be that way.
Yeah, you've really got a lot of different ways that you are presenting message, just in that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, it's funny, it takes time.
yeah,
It
I'm
takes
sure.
renditions over the years,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I used to have a thing called like Women on the Rise, and
Uh-huh.
then there already was a Women on the Rise, and then all these women started following me for nothing that had to do with it. So I was like, oh, I gotta go again. So try again. It's a rendition. I'll change this, you know,
Yeah.
it always is changing. Cool. Okay, so let's get started. We have good light. We can open up those shades. If you do not want to use your phone, what we'll do is we will, I have some stuff we can use, but I want you guys to really practice like holding your phone at an angle that feels good to you. If you feel uncertain, let's just like, oh, hey, I'm practicing using my phone, and see what that angle feels like to you so that you feel comfortable with what you're posting. Good? Okay, you guys can do it at home too. You guys should do it. Everyone practice. Every single one of you, find a good window and get in front of it, and or a light, whatever you guys want to do, not a lamp with a lampshade, those look bad. But a good light source that's more of an ambient light coming your way. Good, okay.
Are we good on Zoom?
I think so.
Okay.
Thanks you guys for coming today.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.